The Savior is constantly trying to coach us towards exaltation. This is all a practice towards becoming like our Savior, Jesus Christ. And he does sometimes utilize consequences, but he doesn't give us consequences so that we have to suffer for what we've done. He gives us consequences for the exact opposite reason. He's trying to end our suffering in the long term. He's going to give us consequences so that we can learn, so that we can stop suffering. Sometimes he doesn't give consequences at all. He doesn't have to, because sometimes our choices come with these inherent repercussions. And the Savior wants to pull us out of those choices, and he wants to pull us out of that harm. But sometimes condemnation comes in the form of us refusing his healing, refusing his grace, and staying in the pain. And I want to repeat that. Sometimes condemnation comes in the form of us refusing his grace and healing. Sin to me is no longer just this badness. Sin has expanded to mean anything that's going to pull us farther away from the Savior and the joy that we can find with the Savior. Anything. And this expanded definition, I know it sounds very similar. It sounds similar to say that sin is bad and then sin anything that takes us away from the Lord. But that specific definition, it holds implications. And one of the implications that it holds is found in this verse. I'm going to read it one more time so that we know where we're at. It says, "Wherefore I say unto you that ye ought to forgive one another, for he that forgiveth not his brother his trespasses standeth condemned before the Lord, for there remaineth in him the greater sin." Sometimes the Lord condemns. Like in the New Testament, when we're looking at the New Testament, he condemns the Pharisees. And that is because their hearts were too hard, and any softer form of teaching would have been ineffective. But sometimes the condemnation isn't coming from him. Sometimes it's coming because we're standing condemned ourselves. If you read the verse very carefully, it doesn't say the Lord is going to punish you and condemn you if you don't forgive your brother. It says, standeth condemned before the Lord. Sometimes we are standing before the Lord and we are condemning ourselves because we are refusing his salvation. We are refusing his grace and his healing and his peace. We are refusing to forgive so that we can heal.